Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's Slice Data with Saurabh. First of all, thank you for like 400 subscribers are there till now. I have started this channel with the very simple purpose that okay, what I want to learn, I will teach others. Whatever I have learned in a very difficult way, I want to teach others in a very simplistic manner. Nothing is rocket science, and that is my belief. If you can just put some authentic thoughts and give some time basically to it, and you can learn it. It's very easy. Nothing is impossible in this world. Being a non-coder background, and I have learned coding, and how I learned, I have explained it in every simple way basically. So if you can go through my channel and watch it, let me open that. So if I am sharing my screen here, if you go to my channel, which is important basically. So it is like Let's Slide Data with Saurabh. So it has around 400 subscriber. I have created several videos which are going to help you definitely in your interviews. Like, uh, like this, ADO boards, what is their hierarchy and everything. Azure DevOps boards. It's a very simple thing, but most of the people who are entering into the cloud, they do not know that. So you have to learn about it. What are the sprint ceremonies? Let's say first time you're going to work in an agile environment. So you have to understand that what are sprints. If you want to do any certification, let's say Scrum Master. So I've created one video here on a Scrum Master, which help you to get a certificate which is lifetime valuable. I mean, that is very important. Why? Because you don't have to renew it. Once you do it, you are a professional Scrum Master forever. Next thing is like chat gpt. So chat gpt is also very important. Why? Because it's a new buzzword and everyone is using it. You can give any kind of question to it, writing a pov or writing a rfp or whatever. You just write okay how to do that, and openai will help you into that. That okay, whatever questions are and how you can use it, you can watch this video and you can start working on that. And then I have created several playlists. So if you're going to give any interview for data, right, data analyst kind of work, just go to this data related topics and essentials for data analysis. So here I have covered that what is data, what kind of attributes it has, CPVCN, that is completeness, validity, consistency, uniqueness, what are kind of available, what kind of available attributes are there in the data. And then even Power BI dashboard, how you can download it and how you can start using that. Python from scratch. Let's say you are very new to Python, you are very new to IT industry and you do not know anything about Python. You can watch this playlist. It has list, tuple, and sets, everything, if else statement, how you can start even installing a Python, it has given there. And then there is like Microsoft Azure services. This is the hot topic right now. I'm doing that. I've already covered one Azure subscription part into that. And today I am going to talk about the virtual machines. So this is very important, guys. Why? Because now the world is moving to cloud. Why it is moving to cloud? Because the data is in incremental fashion. Every time it is getting increase. So for that, you have to understand that, okay, how can we store that into a cloud? What are the things there? What are the various topics which you have to understand? What is Azure subscription? What is virtual machine? What is Azure portal? What is, how can you utilize the data breaks, data factory? See, when you enter into these things now, even as a manager, you have to learn about this. Otherwise, you will be way behind. You will not understand what is logic app. How will you pull data out of it? So all these things I am going to cover into that. So I've already done this Azure subscription, and today I will talk about the VMs, that is virtual machines. So virtual machines are very important, and before moving to virtual machines, we have to understand about the Azure regions. So what is a region? Azure region. Why I'm saying that? See, virtual means you do not have a real machine, but you can do your job. But that machine has to be somewhere situated, right? In some region of the US or in Europe or in Asia Pacific. There are some centers. Virtual, not, they are the real centers basically. They have a lot of servers there and everything. And when you work in a cloud, you can ask for that. That can you provide me 1 terabyte storage into a server? It is very difficult to get that in a laptop or a desktop, but there are real servers which they can help you. So Azure, Microsoft Azure is helping in us in that way. So let's start with that. Let's Azure region. The region is a specific geographical location to host your applications. Each region is designed to comply with specific laws and regulations and to provide low latency network connectivity to specific geographic areas. Low latency means like there will be no gap, no delay. Azure regions offer customers the ability to choose where their data is stored and processed, which can be important for compliance, data sovereignty, and performance reasons. Let's say there is a company of Europe, they want their data don't to go out of Europe, so they want that particular data to stay in that particular region. US companies there, they want their data in the US only, or West Central US or something like that. So there are definite reasons there which you have to understand. Each Azure region is made up of one or more availability zones. So let's say there is one region also, but they are having multiple availability zones. Why? Because let's say tomorrow there is a flood situation, or tomorrow there is an earthquake. One location has been gone. I mean, one particular availability zone has gone. The data is stored in the second location as well. So they will keep multiple copies of data so that there will be no security threat that, okay, if that particular location has gone, if there is a virus in this particular location, my data will go. No, because data is the new oil. I am telling you guys, this is very important. You have to understand that data, now everything is based on data only. We see in India, means like we have, earlier there were toll tax, right? The person was sitting there, he was taking the money. Now everything is in data only. They will see your FASTag and open the barrier and you can go. So it's all about data. So they will see, okay, how much data is there, how much money is there in the balance. Everything is in data only. So they have given everything to the cloud, Azure cloud. And I'm talking only about Azure. Why? Because I want to cover the Azure first. So Azure subscription I've already covered, Azure region I've already informed you. Next, what are the basic reasons? Basically, in the Azure regions, there are several more. They are creating more and more reasons. But East US, West Central US, West Europe, Southeast Asia, these are the main reasons in the MS Azure cloud technology. And each region have multiple availability zones. How they are connected, I will show you in the next slide. What is availability zone? In Azure, an availability zone is a physically separate location within Azure region that is designed to be highly resilient to power outage, network failures, natural disasters. Anything will come. Let's say in one location there is a problem, like any flood came or any earthquake came, then your data is safe in the other location as well, other availability zone. Each availability zone is made up of one more data centers that have independent power, cooling, networking. This allows for creation of highly valuable and fault tolerant application and services. Because if your data is stored in somewhere in one location only, then there is a problem. I am sitting in India, I need to store 1 TB of data and I do not have space in my personal laptop or in my computer. I will ask them that, okay, can you please provide me that? It's scalable up, you can scale it up, scale it down. So depending upon your need, you can ask for that particular thing in a particular region, in a particular zone. Okay. Next is this. So this is very important. See guys, Azure region is one part. This picture I have taken from the Azure portal itself. So in one Azure region, you can see there are availability zone 1, availability zone 2, availability zone 3. So there are multiple available zones as well, availability zones, so that your data will be secure. There will be no problem of security and latency or any kind of natural disaster. That's why it is cloud. They are saying it cloud, but there are some physical servers where they are storing your data, like Facebook, right? So you are uploading, they are sending you pictures that, okay, 11 years back you have sent this picture, uploaded this picture, where they are storing. It is not using your Facebook, your phone space, right? It is coming from somewhere. They have some backend created for that. Some data centers are there where your data has been stored. So from time to time they are taking it and sending it to you that, okay, 1 year back or till 11 years back or 10 years back you have done this. So these kind of relationship is there between the Azure region and the availability zone. This is very important, guys. You have to understand this. And these 3 questions, they will definitely ask you when you go for an interview. What is the 99.99 availability zone in Azure? So it is a service level agreement offered by Azure where you will be guaranteed that your virtual machines will be available 99.99% of the time. So remember this thing, I say, almost saying 100%, right? Your virtual machine will be guaranteed. That's why I said before entering into the virtual machine, you have to understand about these availability zones and region. So there is some reason and there are some availability zones. So they are guaranteeing that okay, 99.99% time your VM will be up and running, there will be no issues, because nobody can guarantee you 100%, right? How many availability zones does Azure have? The 113 availability zones are operationals and 51 are under development. So you can think about it. If you do not know about cloud, if you do not understand this MS Azure, if you do not understand the regions and the availability zones, they are expanding it like anything. Everything is going on the cloud for sure, and you have to learn it. If you do not learn it, then you are gone, because IT industry is changing pretty fast. If you know it, that is great. If you do not know it, thank you very much. They are not there to help you. What is the difference between 99.9 and 99.99% availability? See, when you go for any Azure interview, right, they will ask you these questions and you have to answer. So 99.9 and 99.99 represent down of the servers in Azure. 99.9 means 43.5 minutes downtime per year, and 99.99 means there is spelling mistakes. It's 99 means 4.3 minutes downtime per year. So you can understand 43 minutes and 4.3 minutes per year. They are saying that I am available, we will help you, we will give you some this thing that okay. So this is important, guys. So you have to understand that 99.9 means 43.5 minutes and 99.99 means 4.3 minutes downtime per year. So availability zones, regions, once you understand this, then we can go to virtual machines. Why? Because virtual machines are sitting somewhere in this region, in this availability zone, and these are up and running up to how much time? 99.99%. They're guaranteeing it, and 43.5 minutes downtime. And see, guys, everything is of money. If you take 99.9 and 99.99, you have to pay for that 43.5 minutes or 4.3 minutes, which they are saying that okay, downtime per year. So see the availability of the cloud. Every time it is available, it is not going anywhere. And if you do it in your own machine, in your own server, definitely I assure you, whatever data you are sending it to it, if the data is big or big data, I think your machine will go down more than this. That's why people are moving to Azure or moving to cloud. Now coming to the virtual machines. Now when we understand that what is region, what is availability zone, now we are talking about the virtual machines. Even virtual machine provide its own virtual hardware, including CPUs, memory, hard drives, and everything. So as I told you, they are sitting somewhere, right? It is not like that virtual means virtual, but yes, they are sitting in region and availability zone. Azure virtual machine is like infrastructure as a service they are giving you, and you can utilize that. If you do not know what is IaaS, infrastructure as a service, then please go through, there are some previous videos I have created on IaaS, SaaS, and PaaS, platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So these things are very important, guys. So next is Azure virtual machine. They are on demand, scalable. On demand and scalable, you have to understand. And usage based pricing. Whatever you want, you can take. I want a storage of this much, I want to use this much RAM, and because I'm working on some machine learning model or a deep learning model on some images, and each image of like 10 MB, I want this much space because I have to analyze those image. So you can ask for that, and for a certain period of time, but you have to pay for that. So Azure services are not free, but you have to pay. So they are basically a sandbox for the rest of the system where you can play around that, okay, what I need to do, and everything is there. Okay, so CPU, memory, and storage. I think you all know this. These are all there in our personal laptop, personal desktop, and everywhere. But this borrowed thing is very important. See, guys, why? Because borrowed, you're borrowing something from MS Azure. You're asking them that, can you please give me this much only? I will pay you for this. Simple. Because I need today 1 terabyte, tomorrow I do not need that. So if you do it by yourself, purchasing the server and everything, hard drive and this and that, let's say today you have 1 terabyte of space needed, tomorrow you do not need that, then it's a waste of money, right? You don't have to use it, then you will sell it or you will do whatever you want. But then If you go for a cloud, you can borrow that. Okay, 1 terabyte today. Okay, I am using it. Tomorrow, I do not need everything. I just need 100 MB. You can return it back. They can take it. You can scale it up, scale it down. Scalability is very important. Borrowing is very important. So you have to understand that. Next, what is VM used for? VM used for everything. Virtual machine is machine, building and deploying apps to the cloud. Whatever you want. See all the app, Facebook, Gmail, they all are cloud-based application only. Software as a service. If you see somebody is working in the backend, whatever the emails you are getting, what are the Facebook you're running, what WhatsApp you're doing, everything there is a cloud data storage. That's why a billion of people are using these applications and data is not getting hang. If Facebook will get hang for one day, it's a big news. 43.5 minutes, I told you, 99.9% and 99.994.3 minutes. So these people are working in that Facebook, Gmail, WhatsApp, they will not go down. And everything is there. So it is very simple. And then using VM, why we are using VM? It's a cost saving thing, because as I told you, I need only this much. I will spend only this much. Agility and speed, it is very speed. Speed is great. Lower downtime, 43.5 minutes and 4.3 minutes. Scalability, ask, I want more or I want less. So you can ask for that. Security benefits, data is secure in availability zone 1, 2, 3 in particular region. So your data is stored in at least couple of locations or maybe 3 locations. So your data is completely secure. You don't have to worry about it. Even if flood will come, and if come in all 3 availability zones, then it is gone. But anyway, means like it is not happening. So if it is a flood situation or earthquake in one availability zone, but your data will be safe and secure. So this you have to understand. How will you create a VM in Azure portal? I have just taken some screenshots. See, this all work will be done by backend guys. You have to just tell that, okay, what resources you want. So here in the Azure portal, there is a virtual machine you can create. You can give the region, availability zone, image, and like login ID and password. And this is very important. There are 258 VM sizes, 258 VM sizes. This might go up and down based on the timing. Means currently it is 258, it is showing. So 258 VM sizes. I need VM for these many RAMs and ROMs and whatever configuration you want. You can inform them for general purpose, standard, this, that, and you can choose out of it, and there is a cost associated with it. So let's say they see the cost here, 3,000, 6,000, 8,000, 14,000. It's in rupees, but generally if you go there, it's in dollars basically. And once you create all this, it will show you something like this, that okay, how many INR per hour is the cost for that particular machine if you use any kind of combination in the standard or any other combination. In which region you want. I want US or Europe or Asia Pacific. So you have to select all these things, and based on that, they will create a VM for you. But VM is a very simple thing. If you are working in a project and you ask for a VM, they will give you a VM login ID and password based on the requirements. And requirements are definitely set by the client, that okay, what data I have, what kind of work I'm going to do, that whether I'm going to do the knowledge mining work, the data mining work, or we are going to do the ML kind of work, or image analytics kind of work. So all these kind of works which you do, they will charge you accordingly. So guys, I have covered this VM, and this is very important, guys. And please share it with your friends. Keep learning. Go to that playlist which I have shown in the beginning, and then you can utilize that. That is very important, guys. Okay, so there are several playlists which I have created. For cloud, I have already covered the Azure subscription, region, availability zones, and virtual machines. And in the next lecture, maybe we will cover, Databricks, Azure Data Factory. See, all these terminologies, when you go into work in any cloud environment, they will definitely ask you that, do you know that and not? So for you as a manager also, it is very important to understand all these things. Hope you like it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy, everyone. Bye.